How's it going, everyone? So today I'm going to talk about how to get rid of moobs in a month. So moobs basically means man boobs. That's what it means. So we're going to talk about how to get rid of that in a month. I'm just showing you guys a few pictures of what I'm currently looking like. Again, the pictures aren't that good. Pretty shitty lighting, to be honest. But as you guys can see, the abs are still there. Still got six-packed abs. My chest is looking fucking insane. And yeah, I'm slowly cutting away, you guys. So over the weeks, I will become more and more leaner, and the six-pack will become more and more crisp. So to talk about it, how do we get rid of man boobs? Now, the thing you guys have to realize, the reason why you have man boobs, because you have an abundant amount of fat on your chest. That is why. You guys have a ton of fat on your chest. Here's the thing that you guys have to understand is that people displace fat differently throughout their bodies. You will get two different people, or actually you will get hundreds and thousands of different people who will store fat differently. Some people, they may store fat in their chest and their calves. Some people may store fat in their chest and their legs. Some people may store fat in their stomach and their shoulders. So everyone displaces fat differently. So a lot of people think, though, that they have stubborn fat on their chest, but in reality, they're fat throughout their whole body. They just really want to lose the chest fat. So again, the main goal, if you're trying to lose fat on any part of your body, doesn't matter if it's stubborn or not stubborn, is that the main thing that you guys have to realize is that in order to get rid of that, you must lose weight. I cannot stress this enough. You must lose weight to get rid of it. You can build muscle as well, but again, if you're already pretty fat, you don't want to be adding more weight because, again, when you bulk, when you build muscle, you're going to add some fat. It doesn't matter how clean you bulk, you will eventually add a little bit of fat. So let's say you're 5'9", 190 pounds, and you have some fat on your chest you want to get rid of. That's perfect. You guys can get down to about 170, and you guys will look fucking insane. Getting rid of that 20 pounds of extra fat, you guys will definitely see it in your chest, and you will lose most of your chest fat. Now, some people are going to say, you know what, I'm 5'9", I'm 160 pounds, and I still have a ton of fat on my chest. What gives? Now, that may be a stubborn body part. It may just not want to go away. But the thing you have to keep in mind is that you have to keep cutting weight, because eventually, if you cut enough weight, that chest fat will eventually go away. Because again, when you're cutting weight, eventually the fat will have to go away. So I don't recommend doing that, though. If you're 5'9", around 160 pounds, you're pretty skinny already, you have a little bit of chest fat, then my plan for you would be to start bulking, build muscle in your chest. Then when you cut, after you've built the muscle, your chest will look fucking insane, you guys. So that is what I recommend. So again, just remember that everyone displaces fat differently. Some people will hold it in their chest, some people in their back, some people in their legs, some people in their abs. But for majority of people who are obese, they just store it everywhere because, again, they are fat. So that's something to keep in mind. And again, if you want to lose it, just losing overall body weight. You cannot spot reduce fat. That means you cannot do a fuck ton of exercises on your chest, and then when you're losing weight, all the fat will go away from your chest. That is not how it works. Your body will randomly pick certain spots, and that's what will happen when you start losing weight. For me, whenever I start cutting weight, I find that I lose most of my fat on my arms right away. That's usually the first thing that goes. Then usually my back and legs is usually the very last thing for getting rid of stubborn fat. So that's me personally. And yeah, I always generally am pretty lean in my abs, my chest, my shoulders, my arms. But the legs and the back are a little bit tough for me. So again, it's just losing overall body fat. Once you do that, you will lose the weight. So again, some exercises that you can do if you're trying to build the muscle, if you're really skinny, is just an overall simple chest workout routine. flat barbell bench, incline dumbbell bench, flat dumbbell bench, incline barbell bench. In my opinion, most people struggle with their upper chest, so I would do one exercise that really hits the lower chest or the pec major. Again, they're the same thing. And do two exercises that hit the upper chest or the pec minor. So a good example would be do a flat barbell bench, do incline dumbbell bench, and incline dumbbell flies. Do a simple linear periodization routine. Do first week, do 3 sets of 15 reps. Next week, 3 sets of 12. Next week, 3 sets of 10. Week after, 3 sets of 8. Progressively add weight. Once you have completed all the 4 weeks, switch your exercises out with new exercises so your body does not plateau. That's the rule of the law of accommodation, you guys. So with that in mind, that should answer your question: how to lose stubborn fat, how to get rid of your man titties. Again, people are just obese and they like to pick up one area that they really want to lose weight, but in general, you have to lose majority of your fat if you really want to get a lean body. Again, if you're 5'9", 220 pounds, you can do all the push-ups or all the barbell benches you want. You will never get rid of that chest fat unless you get down to a reasonable weight for 5'9", which again is going to be around 170 pounds or 180, whatever you want to go on. But that's the end of the topic. I will start going over my workout routine. So if you guys have any other questions, post below. I will answer them. So the first exercise I did today, I didn't talk about it. You guys did see it. I did the dumbbell shoulder press. So I did 45 pounds and I did 4 sets of 15. 4 sets using 15 repetitions. I think the third and fourth set I only got 12 reps, but the first 2 reps I did get 15. So 45 pounds, my shoulders were fucking insane. A quick tip: when you are doing dumbbell shoulder presses, take my advice for this. This is 6.5 years of bodybuilding / powerlifting. The error that I made. Really make sure that you do not flare your fucking elbows out. I find when people really flare their elbows out that it really doesn't hit their front delts. So really make sure that you guys kind of turn your elbows in a little bit. So again, you shouldn't. They shouldn't really be flared out, I guess. If you guys watched the video at the very start, you will see kind of what I mean. Really make sure your elbows are turned in a little bit. That will put more stress on the front delt. And to be honest, since last week, since I started doing those, the last 6 years, I've never felt my delts really work when I did dumbbell shoulder press, to be honest. I always felt it in my triceps. But today and last week, I really felt it in my front delt. So just something to keep in mind. Again, another way to explain this is imagine if you're doing a pec deck machine. So just keep in mind when you're doing your pec deck or your pec machine, how you kind of bring your arms close. So imagine that when you're doing your dumbbell shoulder press. You know how when you start using the pec deck machine, your arms are all the way back, and when you start to bring your arms in more, I would say maybe just a quarter of the way in, that's where you should be dumbbell benching, just so your arms are turned in just a little bit. So hopefully I did explain that good enough. If you guys still don't understand, I can make a video if you guys want, doesn't matter. But I found that really helps your front fucking delts, and you really feel it, because again, before I never used to feel it in my front delts. So right now I'm doing dumbbell side raises. You guys fucking love doing these. Last month I did laying side raises. I highly recommend those. Now going back to the dumbbell side raises. After 4 weeks of this, I'll probably go to the upright dumbbell row and then the upright barbell row after that. So make sure you guys keep swapping your exercises out. So for the dumbbell side raises, I did 4 sets of 15 reps using only 15 pounds. But my fuck, were my side delts extremely pumped, you guys. After that, right now I'm doing overhead dumbbell extensions using, I believe 20, yeah, it's 25 pounds. I get 3 sets of 15 repetitions, you guys. So the key for this is make sure that your elbow does not move. If you guys see my, generally it is pretty stable. It might move just a little bit, that's okay, but really make sure when you're doing these, you try to keep your elbow as straight as possible. really make sure you're focusing on extending the elbow, extend the arm, you guys. That's what really works the overhead or your long head of your tricep. So really make sure you're extending. That's how you build the long head. Again, if you do not do an extension movement overhead, you will never build the long head of your triceps. Do all the dips, close grip benching, all the pressing you want. You will never develop your triceps. So just another tip to keep in mind. I did 3 sets of 15 reps with this, by the way. After that, did some barbell curls, you guys. I'm using 80 pounds and I do 3 sets of 15 reps. Something to keep in mind is that I do 6 total exercises. I don't include all the exercises that I do just because it would make the video a little too long. But yeah. Again, 80 pounds, 3 sets, 15 reps. Little bit of a swing, just a tad, but that's okay in my opinion. Nothing wrong with that. Just try to keep it as strict as possible. And yeah, near the end it does get a little rough, but whatever. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace!